All right, I am going to draw my construction lines now for my Multiview 1. I have already set up my user interface. So my properties palette is over here on the left. If it's not showing up, then you want to go to the View tab, click on Properties, drag and drop it into there. And the Layer Properties, if it's not over on the right-hand side, go to the Home tab, click on Layer Properties, drop it over here, hide it from yourself. You also should have already added and created your layers. All right. So once you have that all good, we are ready to start. We are going to be drawing Multiview 1, right? So we've already done this by hand, and some of the steps are exactly the same. Some of them are very different. We're going to follow this AutoCAD Multiviews how-to. Now this says accidentally 6 rules of manual drafting, but it should say 2 rules of AutoCAD drafting. Make sure everything is in the right layer and be precise. So keeping everything really organized in an AutoCAD drawing is really important. And being precise is really important. And we're going to do that by making sure we use our stuff down here in the status bar and inputting and snapping to things. So make sure your dynamic input is turned on. Make sure polar is turned on. We're going to turn on polar to 45 degrees. We want to have on object snap tracking and object snap. Check those. Make sure you have on endpoint, midpoint, center, quadrant, intersection, and extension, and not any other ones. And go ahead and turn on your ninja stars, your annotative stuff. All right, so I'm going to come back to this, my order of operations. So start at the origin if you only have one object. And we're going to block out our front view width and height with a construction line. So I'm going to start with the construction line. First, we need to make sure our construction line layer is current so that we're drawing in that. If your construction line layer is frozen or turned off, then this stuff's not going to show up. So make sure those get turned back on for right now. So XL, enter. All right, and I'm going to start at the origin. So I'm going to do 0, tab 0. XL, enter, is for construction line. And then in my cursor, I'm specifying the specific point of exactly at the origin. And I'm going to snap, make sure again it snaps, so not just kind of near 0, but all the way at 0 degrees, and then 90 degrees. And what we've actually just drawn right there is basically the X and Y axis. So this would be positive, positive in XY. This would be positive, negative, 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 positive. All right, and we need to block out our front view. So if we look at Multiview 1, it is 1.75 wide and 1.25 high. So I'm going to start the construction line again, XL, enter. And this time I'm going to snap to the origin, but I'm going to drag out to the right. So I'm tracking that point, but I'm not actually clicking on anything yet. Then I want to type in 1.75, enter. And if I move my cursor around, I'll see where the construction line is, and I can snap it to perfectly vertical. Escape just one time, and then you can press spacebar, or if you press spacebar, you'll get into the construction line in and out. If you accidentally pressed escape, just start XL, enter again. We're going to go back to the origin again. We're going to drag straight up. Again, not clicking on anything, 0.125. Now we're going to escape. So we have just drawn where our front view is going to go. So we've got this blocked out, width and height, just like we did in our manual drawing. All right, our next step is to draw a 45-degree miter line from the top right corner of the front view with a ray, or the ray command, not array. A-R-A-A-Y is different than the R-A-Y. So we're going to start the ray command, R-A-Y. We're going to click this top right corner, And because we have polar snap at 45, then we can snap exactly to 45 degrees. Make sure you are exactly at 45 degrees, not just kind of close to it, right? So we want to get exactly to 45. Create your ray, escape, escape, escape. Next is offset the space between the views. Project 2 to 3 inches from the front view to where the second view will be placed to the miter line. We're going to do this with just the line command. So I'm going from here and I'm going to give myself the space in between these two views. So I've got where this is going to go. Now I need to space over and I'm going to give myself 2.5 inches. So I'm going to start the line command, L enter, hover over this point. Again, no clicking because I'm just tracking that point, and drag straight out to the right and give myself 2.5. Now I'm going to drag straight up and I want to intersect with my miter line and end right there. Escape, escape, escape. So I just offset the space. Now I'm going to block out the second view to the miter line. So I've got the first part of that, right? I got this line up to the miter line. Now I need to block out this. So I'm going to go over 1.25. L, enter to draw my line, hover over this point, drag to the right, 1.25, drag straight up and click on my miter line. All right, next is project the third view to the miter line. So this is the easy part in AutoCAD. We can be exact with this, so we don't have to check our measurement as long as we're using our snaps and everything. So I'm going to start the line command, and where this intersects with the miter line, just going to drag all the way over to one of those first lines that I drew. Spacebar, spacebar to stop the line command and restart it. And then where this one hit the miter line, drag straight across, click, escape, escape, escape. So I now have where my front view is going to go, my right side view, and my top view. Now I'm going to trim any unneeded lines. So start the trim command, TR, and remember when you use the trim command, always just press enter, enter. That makes everything trimmable. And I'm just going to go around and trim all this stuff around the outside that I don't need. So I'm left with just my orthographic box or my orthographic projection box. Escape, escape, escape. And then now if you zoom all, it will zoom into everything for you. And we have our construction lines ready to go for the next part.